Man saved after video shows woman lied about being tossed down the steps.
This woman claimed that she was violently assaulted and thrown downstairs twice by a security guard at a restaurant in Chicago. But she didn't know they had surveillance cameras watching everything that happened. And now she's been exposed for a fraud. So this is Julia Real. She lives in Chicago. She goes out with a couple of friends to a bar called the Hubbard Inn. Now, during that experience, they are asked to leave for some unknown reason. But when Julia gets home, she tells this story, and it goes viral.
So they are grabbing us immediately. They don't even give us a chance to walk out on our own. I'm immediately grabbed by this man.
So we know this is a lie now. So let's look at her body language. Let's just get used to it. This is how easily these people can, these females a lot of times can lie about this type of stuff. Let's just see how effortless it is for her, and how nonchalant and uncaring she is about literally putting some false allegations on someone.
It goes viral.
So they are grabbing us immediately. They don't even give us a chance to walk out on our own. I'm immediately grabbed by this man, and he's grabbing my arm. He's pushing me. He's manhandling me. And what is going on? What is the issue here? Why are you guys kicking us out? Why are you screaming at us? And also, why are you grabbing me and manhandling me and dragging me, using my bag to pull me out? I'm just pushed down. He sends me flying down the staircase. Hysterical at this point. I think I start to kind of yell, scream back at him, kind of push back at him, and he takes me a second time and shoves me again and sends me flying down the rest of the staircase. It was the craziest experience I've ever been in. It was completely and utterly ridiculous how much it escalated.
Now, Julia got a huge response, even from this lawyer on TikTok telling her she needs to sue.
I am so sorry to hear what happened to you.
Fucking dorks. Just believing them right off the bat. This is the thing. Nobody, I don't believe this shit anymore. When I hear this stuff, I'm like, I'm going to need to see some footage. I'm going to need to hear the other side of the story. And you got this guy right here. He's like, you know what? I believe her. I believe all women. I'm so sorry to hear what happened to you. You should sue them. Oh, by the way, hire me.
At Hubbard Inn, but I want to help you. Number one, send a letter to the bar to preserve any video evidence they have.
Now, because of these allegations, Hubbard Inn started losing massive amounts of business. This video went viral. So Hubbard Inn reached out to Julia and said, can you please retract this statement? Because number one, we have security footage that we can send you to show you that this was actually fake. And number two, you're harming the business with this fake story.
Imagine she doubles down, even with this footage out here. I wouldn't be surprised if she did.
Who says she was manhandled and pushed down several flights of stairs.
Claiming those allegations caused more than $30,000 worth of damages from negative reviews and canceled group reservations. The lawsuit claims Hubbard Inn asked Real to take down the post multiple times and offered to show her security footage, but never received a response.
Now, remember, we live in a world of believe all
right.
women no matter what, even if they're lying. Key Amber Heard, for instance. But Julia had a problem.
Well, that's why we need to take this all in and just really observe and watch her lie, so we can really get a sense of how easy it is for them to do so. But you could tell, a lot of times they'll say if they look down or look away, these body language cues, if somebody is lying. I mean, she was looking down a lot. She was doing a lot of weird kind of tics that could possibly display that she's lying. But to me, what I'm really blown away at is just how little she gives a shit about the people, the business that she's lying on. She obviously doesn't care. She has no empathy, no remorse, doesn't really think about how it's going to affect the business. And ultimately, this just comes down to she's not really good at taking an L, is she? Clearly, she got, they escorted her out. They wanted her to leave. And she didn't like it. She's like, you know what? I'm going to lie, and I'm going to accuse you of manhandling me because I don't like taking L's. I'm not used to it. This doesn't happen to me. I am the opposite gender of you. Don't you understand? I don't take L's. So this is beautiful. And this is why cameras are a saving grace to so many men out there. Cameras, recording, audio. Same thing with Johnny Depp. He was secretly recording these things. Kind of seems like that's what you have to do to defend yourself against these types of ladies. Just, do we have to have like body cam footage on us rolling at all time nowadays? It kind of seems like we might.
See,
because you really never know which woman would do something like this. It's not like you can tell on the surface.
this is classic defamation. When you're saying things that aren't true, that you know aren't true, to destroy someone's livelihood. In this case, Hubbard Inn. And Hubbard Inn tried to be fair and say, hey, at least take this thing down. We'll show you the video. This didn't happen. What you're saying is a lie. We can just put this all away. Just make the retraction. She refused. So Hubbard Inn did something dramatic. They said, we are going to release the security footage so everyone can see that this woman is a liar. So the woman's claim that she was manhandled and couldn't walk out on her own, they played the videotape.
So they are grabbing us immediately. They don't even give us a chance to walk out
Looks
on
away.
our own.
But then again, no contact.
Now, as you can see from the video, she's clearly right there, walking out on her own. She then claimed that she was being grabbed and manhandled all the way to the door. But again, here's the security footage. Do you see the security guard grabbing her and manhandling her? Check it out.
I'm immediately grabbed by this man, and he's grabbing my arm, he's pushing me, he's manhandling me, and what is going on? What is the issue here? Why are you guys kicking us out? Why are you screaming at us? And also, why are you grabbing me and manhandling me and dragging me, using my bag to pull me out?
Oh, you're so full of shit. You're so full of it.
Now, you watched the surveillance video with me. Did you see her being pulled? Did you see her being manhandled? Did he even grab her bag?
And like I said, it's a form of just revenge. So this is why, say you were to break up with the girl, or maybe you kick her out of your house for a night because she's been acting up, or ultimately you do something that causes her to feel emotions. This is when you're going to get this type of reaction, is when you evoke negative emotion within them. Those emotions stir up so much frustration, and they're so not used to being handed L's that they just lie and really don't give a shit either. Like I said, they just, yeah, you know what? You made me feel emotional. I'm now going to try to ruin your life. And in the current culture I live in, well, it just so happens everybody believes me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, you manhandled me. I love how she throws in the man in front of it, just to add extra offense, whatever. Just put man in front of it, and everybody would be like, you know what? She's telling the truth.
It all seems to be a lie. But wait, there's more.
I'm just pushed down. He sends me flying.
Wow.
Down the staircase. Hysterical at this point. I think I start to kind of yell, scream back at him, kind of push back at him, and he takes me a second time and shoves me again and sends me flying down the rest of the staircase.
Okay, so now we have her saying that the security guard pushed her and sent her flying down the staircase where she could have been killed, injured really,
Right.
really badly. But is it going to be seen on a security camera? Do you think we're going to see the security guard on camera pushing this woman down the stairs violently? Let's take a look.
Unbelievable.
Much it escalated.
Can't take the L. Can't hold the L.
So it doesn't seem like she was thrown down any staircase. She walked down freely with her friend And the only time the security guard seemed to even touch her is to tap her to send her in the right direction to leave the building. It seems like she's lying. Now, since this woman refused to retract the story and refused to do the right thing, the inn had no choice but to sue her for defamation. And you know what? Remember that attorney I talked about earlier, the one that was giving her advice to tell her to go sue the place? Well, now he's changed his tune.
All right, guys, here's what's going on. Hubbard Inn has posted video footage of the alleged incident by a woman who claims she was assaulted and thrown down the stairs while at Hubbard Inn. If this is actual video that is unedited and Hubbard Inn can prove that her allegations are false, Hubbard Inn may be able to sue her for defamation and collect damages if they can prove they've had a substantial loss of income due to her allegations. In addition, they might be able to get punitive damages if they can prove that she knowingly made a false statement or acted with reckless disregard for the truth.
I like how he's being called out in his comment section where it says Mulman Law said Uno reverse. So now you have false statements that were transferred to a third party that harmed the inn's business. So they decided to sue her for defamation.
A fight over a viral video and what really happened inside that Chicago restaurant. That business now taking legal action against a woman who says she was manhandled and pushed down several flights of stairs.
It started with this video posted to social media, quickly gaining thousands of views and comments after.
So what I'm curious is, was this filmed the same night? Because what happened was, I mean, how naive and I mean, yeah, how naive do you have to be to not think, wait, there might be video cameras in the bar that actually shows that is not going to be true, and they're going to be able to just point like, what are you talking about? We have footage here. Like, how naive do you have to be to not realize there are cameras everywhere nowadays? And so that makes me think she probably recorded this the same night and was like intoxicated, didn't really think about it, posted it, went to sleep, woke up, just completely went viral. She probably had a panic attack, and now she's having to really deal with the results of her film, her video, which was just full of lies. According to what we're being shown here and what the bar is claiming, and they're showing the footage, like, hey, none of what you said is true. Can you believe it? Not only did she say he tossed her down the stairs once. No, she said he did it twice. It's like once wasn't enough. He had to come back and get a second dosage of tossing her. It's so silly. Are you out of your mind? How naive? How privileged?
A woman identified as Julia Real claimed she was grabbed, manhandled, and shoved down the stairs by Hubbard Inn staff earlier this month while being kicked out. But days later, the River North restaurant and bar made a post of its own, splicing Real's allegations with security video of staff escorting Real out of the bar just before 2 a.m. The video, provided by the bar, shows Real walking down the staircase on her own, with security steps behind, using a flashlight to direct her where to go. The bar says since Real's video, they've received threats and a damaged reputation. Now that video led to this defamation lawsuit. Hubbard Inn attorneys filed it against Real this week.
Isn't that incredible that this place received threats from strangers on the internet who are just so used to just believing women? Just, she said it's true. She said this happened. It must be true. I believe all women. Why would a woman lie? And my God, it seems like they're more likely to lie, doesn't it?
Week, claiming those allegations caused more than $30,000 worth of damages from negative reviews and canceled group reservations.
So now, as you know, people online don't like being lied to, especially when you're saying you're being beaten up and manhandled and it happens not to be true. So TikTok turned against her.
Leaving. Now, TikTok users quickly turned against Reel, calling her out for apparently lying for likes and views. Reel's TikTok account now only has one video, and it is a response from her legal team. They said in part, quote, "While the investigation into this incident is ongoing, our initial investigation has revealed facts entirely contrary to the misleading narrative provided on social media by Hubbard Inn." It goes on to state, what Hubbardin fails to mention in its self-serving post is that the area where Miss Reel suffered her injuries was not videotaped. They claim there's a 2-minute gap that's unaccounted for in the videos that the bar posted and said, quote, it's undisputed that Reel suffered a concussion and had other significant injuries. The video ends by encouraging the public to hold off on picking a side until all the evidence is presented in court.
Okay, so now it's time for me to give you my opinion. This woman is a POS. She knew that this stuff didn't happen, and she knows that she was walked down the stairs. She knows she was led out, and the video shows exactly what happened. She said it happened on the stairs. Guess what? They got video on the stairs. She said she was violently thrown out the place. They got video right at the front door.
She doesn't seem distressed at all. She doesn't seem concussed. She doesn't seem confused. She seems to be very healthy, right? She's not stumbling around. She doesn't look distressed. She's not crying. You can imagine if this is true, she's being thrown around. We're going to see some tears. Of course we are. There is none of that. Matter of fact, she seems very normal, very calm. Nothing really out of the norm going on here.
So I don't know what her lawyer's talking about, but it just all seems to be nonsense. And now, since she has backlash on TikTok, and now that she's facing a lawsuit, I think it's good. This is a good thing because you have to teach people you can't just make stuff up to hurt people because you didn't like the fact that they asked you to leave from their establishment. If they would have manhandled you, that's a whole different story. But this obviously seems that it did not happen. But we will see, because if there are any new facts or evidence or video that are presented, it could change my mind. My mind is always open. But the facts as I see them now, she said she was thrown downstairs. That didn't happen from the video. That just didn't happen. She was violently thrown out the place.
Yeah.
We saw her being kicked out. That didn't happen. So again, if there's something else out there, which I think they're just hoping for hopes and dreams, then maybe they can change my mind. But right now, she is a liar. She's a major liar. And I think she should pay them $30,000. She better pray that I'm not on that jury, because if I was on that jury, she would be paying every last penny. And I would give her punitive damages too, because I believe she did this with malicious intent. She wanted to hurt the business. She did that. Now, unfortunately, for that business, they got to spend more money suing her, but I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, according to what Hubbard Inn put out, the video footage they have of the security guard escorting them out peacefully, I would say, yeah, she is lying, according to what I'm seeing in front of my eyes. There's a comment here and it said, then the security guard yelled, "This is MAGA country." Employers should never hire her. Now, could you trust anything she says? Yeah, definitely not. Why were they manhandling me? Why are you woman lying to us? Is the same type of woman who lies about getting essayed. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, thanks to the internet, I don't know, it just seems like there's so many women who do this opportunistically. It's like if they stand to gain, right? If there's an opportunity, they stand to gain, or if they're like handed an L and they just don't really like the way it makes them feel, well, they'll just throw some shit out. They'll just lie. It's like, people are going to believe me. I'm a woman. And a lot of times, it's the accusation alone. This is interesting, actually, because it seems to be pretty balanced. And I mean, this actually isn't... Ultimately, the security guard, she's putting lies on the security guard. It's not like she's necessarily lying about the business itself, because there was a human being involved in this. Obviously, if someone is tossing her downstairs and he's manhandling her, well, she's putting lies on a man's name. I'm very happy to know, and I mean, listening to this video, that security guard's name was not disclosed. Couldn't even really see his face. I like that. I like that a lot, because again, when it comes to men, just the accusation alone a lot of times can really ruin their life. But it really seems like people aren't buying her lie here, and that's great. And maybe things are shifting, I don't know, but I guess the initial response doesn't really say that. Kind of just says everybody believed her. We're just really used to it, and I think a lot of people are waking up. It's the boy who cried wolf. It's just happening over and over and over again. And it's making the real victims less believable. And people are just going to question now. Well, hold on. That's the thing. Are these... It's hard enough for actual victims to come out in the first place. And then now they're going to think that people won't believe them. Anyways, this is a good video from Nate the Lawyer. He puts together some really good videos, so go check him out. I'm going to leave it here, and I'll end the video. If you made it this far, I'd appreciate a subscription, and I'll see you later.